Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? So, that's my mentality. Where a frog with sunglasses screams, we're early endlessly. Oh, see, bulls and bears and fantasy. Every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Oh, scroll me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23. Trust the line, ignore the spreadsheet. If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Slow with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Go with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
Yeah. G-scroll to all who celebrate. It is Friday, July 17th. My name is Dude Lifts, and this is Scroll With Me. This is where you and I, Neil says that's a vibe. That's a vibe. I'm not sure if he's talking about the song or the operatic singing, but it is all a vibe if we're being honest with each other. So, it is Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Friday. But Monty says BT morning, dude. It'd be like that. It'd be a BT morning. If you know, you know. If you saw this shit, then you saw this shit. But like I was saying, my name is Dude Lifts. It is Friday, July 17th. We get ZB in the chat saying, good scroll, sir. A G scroll to you, good sir. You and I, it's a collective social experiment. We scroll the timeline. And people like Neil, Monty, and ZB, and Kuya Mark, they say G scroll in the comments because that's the fucking salute. That's the G scroll salute. If you know, congratulations for being here. If you know, you know. But alas, and Neil says he's vibing with the tunes. And thank you, Suno.ai, for the opening soundtrack. It is truly a banger. And it is stuck in my head. So, but we are going to scroll the Twitter timeline. We're going to understand the vibes. We're going to understand what the fuck is going on in crypto Twitter. We're going to understand why are people rotating on Robinhood coins, right? What is Brian Armstrong's changing his PFP? What's going on with that? You name it. Kobe's running the base app now. I don't know. So many things, but let's jump into it so we can understand what's important, what's not, what should you give a shit about, and what should you give a shit not. Think about that. Dude, first and foremost, G Scroll, of course, But for those of a different time zones, you may be drinking coffee right now. And part of the foundation of the pyramidal Illuminati scheme for Scroll With Me and life is, but mostly Scroll With Me is the pillars: caffeination, hydration, vibing as the pillar, Illuminati, triangulation, right? Neil says Suno is underrated, and I agree. It really is. I mean, dude, I've made fucking countless songs. I'm making a video, and I'm like, man, I'd really not want to use a royalty-free soundtrack. Why don't I just fucking make one? It's great. It's great. Oh, I wanted to call this out. I posted about this, but I want to show it off because, dude, it's fucking sick. Look at this. You probably can't see it that well. Little influencer hand. I tweeted about it yesterday. I pulled the gold flog from the blind box. That's all that I'm really getting at here. It's incredible, dude. Blind boxes underrated. Actually, I shouldn't say that they're underrated. They're absolutely overrated in the grand scheme of things. But I was glad to have gotten one. It's basically what I'm getting at. Let's scroll. I'm going to stop talking. All right. We've got Kiddo Dan here saying 1,000 toys in your pocket, referencing, for those who don't know, he's referencing the iPod announcement, 1,000 songs in your pocket. But this is actually pretty cool. Digitoys. Been following. Neil says, when Doodles blind boxes. Should I pick it up off my desk right now and show you? No, I won't do that. But those of you who pay close attention, you might have caught a preview at some point in the recent past. So just saying. Let's see. Oh, so Kato Dan says here that, 1,000 toys in your pocket. So Digitoys, I've been following Will Weinrob and the Digitoys team, formerly Cryptoys, for a long time, really building consumer first applications. I don't know. It's awesome. They're forward thinking. They're not just falling for every meta. They have a thesis and they're continuing to execute on it over time. And I respect the absolute fook out of that. And now they have an iOS app and it's awesome. And people should go open stickers there. Super cool. So yeah, digital collecting is inevitable. It is imminent. So yeah, sick. Good job. Good job, Digitoys. Let's keep going here. Welcome, Kimmy, to Hermes, agent through Now's portal. Kimmy Direct and Open Router, full support. Yes. Yeah. I mean, this is a horrific. I guess if it was generated with Hermes, maybe I'd give it some credit, but at least be like Venice, half a brand, you know? They put out their little, architectural statues and they're like, Kimmy is now available. And you're like, nice. This is horrifying, but you're in the trenches, so we respect it. But dude, Kimmy K3, 2.8 trillion parameters. Oh yeah. We got the team over at Exo Lab saying that you can run Kimmy K3 at 30 tokens per second on 4 512 gigabyte Mac Studios. I mean, that's insane. That's currently about $100,000 worth of hardware, but fuck yeah. But dude, when they drop that M5 Max Ultra with 768 gigabytes of RAM, it's going to be an incredible day. Cell sheet acquired. Ooh. For those of you who don't know, this is that real shit. This is how you know that someone's a collector when they start collecting the cell sheets. Yeah, I mean, there's varying grades, things like this, but I was chatting with the BZ team. It would have been years ago at this point, and they were just like, bro, you got to learn about cell sheets. That's how you know they're in the fucking trenches. They're 2 years ahead of the meta. Very cool. Very cool to see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the DoorDash CLI. I mean, incredible technology, to be honest. Incredible technology. Everything computer. Bring me a cheeseburger. Computer, make me a sandwich. Dude, I will say people are sleeping on this for a variety of reasons. So I had an experience a couple weeks ago, and I hope DoorDash, I hope you see this clip, So I had an experience a couple weeks ago. So my family's in town for the 4th of July, and my dad needed some sandals, and his feet got problems. You know what I'm saying? He's got flat feet. He's got metal in his feet. He's got all kinds. So he needs a good shoe, So he needed some sandals. So he wanted some sandals. He wanted a specific style, which I kind of led him towards a fisherman style sandal. I said, this will give you the support you want. And I was like, how do we get some of these right now? Right. And borderline impossible, right? And then I Google, because we Google, and I Googled, I said, I found a particular model by Dr. Scholl's, these Dr. Scholl's fisherman sandals. So I was like, how do I get these, right? Then DSW carries them. I'm like, nice. So I go to DSW, and DSW says, you know what? Sorry, Budro, we're out of stock. And I go, fuck, what am I going to do? But then I go back to the Google search page, and the first result is actually DoorDash with the same sandals. And I was like, you getting DoorDash shoes? Turns out you can DoorDash shoes. And so I go there, and it says, we're going to get these from DSW. And I'm like, but DSW just told me that you don't have them, right? So I put in the order, and then sure enough, Dasher on the way goes to DSW, finds the shoes, and brings them to the house. 2 hours. Shoes delivered at our house via DoorDash. Now, granted, I had to go through Google and go to the DoorDash app, but what if my agent, I go, yo, I got to get these fisherman sandals for my dad. It's borked out here. Then it just goes like, don't worry, fam, I got you. Then taps on the DoorDash CLI. It's a beautiful future, my friends. It's a beautiful future. All right, here we go. GM from the Rock Soul Lab. Yep. That's all I needed to see. Is this thing even real? Oh, is this the Codex? The Codex Micro. Blah, blah, blah. This kind of inspired me. I've been really wanting to kind of dive into like doing kind of personal hardware. ZB says DoorDash has guaranteed access. Sorry for your first come first serve. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like, dude, it's almost like okay, I'm about to weave a wild web that's also probably not an original thought at all. But like Amazon Prime, one of their major things, and especially like where I'm from, I don't know if we get like new features. We have a lot of Amazon distribution facilities. We have drone delivery, all that shit. But we don't have drone delivery on my side of town, which is weird. But we do have like 3-hour delivery, which is just insane. Just for what it's worth, you're on Amazon. You're like, I wish I could get the same. They're like, yep, it'll be here in 3 hours. I'm like, oh, okay. So like Amazon solved the last mile issue in that way. But let's say that there's things that Amazon doesn't solve. It's like, does DoorDash solve the last mile issue for like the gig economy? Just like you can do anything. Like that YC startup, the Rent a Human. It's like, is that just DoorDash? Like, I didn't know you could fucking order shoes, but I had family in town, and that's and I don't want to sound like privileged, but like I had family in town. We had plans. We were like going to do all this stuff. And then these shoes kind of like forked the plans. And so it was amazing to be able to continue on our plans and then have someone like track these shoes down. And we paid a premium for it. And that's fine. It wasn't even that bad. But so yeah, maybe the DoorDash, especially with the CLI, solves the gig economy, especially with the CLI. Now an agent could like come up with a whole schema, could like try to find your item. And I pride myself on finding items. It's one of my favorite things to do. Someone says, "Oh, I can't get that thing, dude." I'm gonna find that fucking thing. I'm gonna find that thing. On my honeymoon, Mrs. Doolips was like, "Oh, they just released the Animal Crossing edition Nintendo Switch. They're sold out everywhere. Just let me cook." Over lunch, found it, bought it, ordered it, was waiting for us when we got back. Did I have to drive up to Flagstaff, Arizona to pick it up? Yes. Was it worth it? Also, yes. So I've been wanting to get into my own hardware stuff. And so like seeing this has inspired me. I'm like, oh, do I need to get a Steam Deck? Or do I need to build like a Cyber Deck from scratch? Because like, I actually need to do some window organization. I kind of reorganize my like workstation windows every once in a while. And Claude is pretty much up all of the time, but now I need to figure out a way to make it even more viable. Let's see here. Mac OS 27, the browser created by Kimmy K3. I saw this. It's pretty wild. This is pretty crazy. Dude, Kimmy K3, that's what I'm saying. Huh. Hollywood, Degens, Cav. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true. They're doing the thing. It's doing the thing. Very cool. Dude, Bitcoin puppets are the Waffle House of Ordinals. Dude, Waffle House is so goated. I love it. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. So this gentleman, so Alex here from Exo Labs is the one who's doing all the local AI research. I wouldn't even say research, like he's like pioneering a lot of local AI stuff. So he went to a local AI summit at Apple headquarters. Tim Cook was there, only 300 people. I'm like, That's that shit. Apple knows they have the sauce with the integrated VRAM and the hardware, and they're leaning in. And their future CEO is a hardware guy. Apple is about to win the fucking local AI, consumer AI race without even fucking trying. They already just put out their own models that can run on device. It's happening. It's happening. Oh, drop a like for Meta World Peace, of course. Of course. Of course. Kuya, you shouldn't even have to remind me, but of course. So this gentleman tweeted about another gentleman who is at Apple, maybe still at Apple, maybe not. But yeah, went from 573 followers to 16.8. Local AI, they're watching. They be watching. Telegram now has a rich text editor. Oh, that's actually kind of sick. That's actually really cool. Especially like, let's say your agent spits out a rich text document, and you go, let me just edit that real quick. Drew from Web3, we see, we like. Simple as that. Gemma 4 is much more faster and accurate. Don't care. You're not using Frontier model? No, just kidding. Okay, where the fuck is Solana Breakpoint? Is it still in London or is it in Argentina? I don't know. I have to find out. Okay, let's see here. William Morris asked, what's for dinner? Okay, let me think. What was for dinner last night? We had like some kind of like chicken and cumin dish with rice, you know. And tonight we're going out for Mexican. So those are the vibes. The internet turned biscotti into a coin, and the fees are locked on chain to Sesame Workshop. However, what happens when people behind the Sesame Street and the Muppets Boston Dynamics build a robot dog together? Meet biscotti. Dude, here's the thing. So here's the thing. So Universal Studios, they put out Epic Universe. It's their big thing with the dragons and stuff like that. They have dragons that are walking around the park that are just these DARPA dogs, right? Now this one has a head, but we're not going to worry about that. They have they're just these DARPA dogs, right? And you can tell because of the way they're fucking backwards legs and shit, they're backwards knees. Disney, on the other hand, invents bipedal Star Wars droids from scratch, trains them in an AI workspace where the robots teach themselves over to walk over like the equivalent of like 10,000 real years in a digital space. And they're phenomenal. So just for comparison. Introducing self-destruct. If your phone is stolen whilst your Bleep app is open, your device will reach boiling point coming soon. What? What's up? I mean, okay. One reference sheet, full creative control. LTX 2.C IC LoRa. Ingredients locks your character, prop, location, all in a single reference sheet, then carries all three into your generated video. I mean, it sounds impressive, but I feel like you could just do this on your... Let's see here. Use AI to create original films. Compete for a $100,000 prize pool created by Ask Venice and MoonPay. Sound good? Venice and MoonPay, two of my favorite companies in crypto. AI Film Festival. Do I compete? Do I make a little movie? I've been up in my fucking chops with the AI content creation. Just saying. Do I make a little film? I don't know. I honestly I probably will do this just for the process of it. No intention on winning, and would love to attend the film festival. TBH. China open source a model that reconstructs any scene in 3D from a regular video in real time. One camera, no LiDAR, 10,000 frames without flash. Shut the fuck, dude. We're cooked. We're cooked. Absolutely cooked. Let's give a little refresh here. Let's get some of those freshy tweets. Dude, thank you to everybody who's watching so far. We're going to stream for a few more minutes, but appreciate everyone who's chimed in the chat, who's said what's up, said G scroll. So if you haven't said G scroll and you're watching, said you cool. So thank you all. Appreciate you. All right, let's see. Everything founders ask us about residency answered in one thread. Oh, I thought this was Wintermute. Got to change that logo, my boy. That looks like Wintermute. Okay. Hermes agent. I always want to say Hermes. Hermes agent supports multi-session labs. Oh, Iculus in the chat saying Gia. She scrolled to you, good sir. Hermes agent supports multi-session tabs and flexible layout system tabs within Paint. Yeah, I gotta download the Hermes desktop app. I don't know why the fuck I'm using the terminal chat on my laptop. It's dumb. All right. I might miss the top of Tom Holland's hair. The IMAX people literally see less. Am I going to see oh shit, look at this motherfucker. He's got some of the 70 millimeter film. That's crazy. Am I gonna go see the Odyssey tomorrow and not 70 millimeter? Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. It's impossible to get 70 millimeter tickets around me. So and I got invited. So I'm not gonna say no. Nah, I'm gonna say no. All right, let's see here. Kimmy 3. No, too many Kimmy tweets. Too many Kimmy tweets at this point. Ooh, okay. Let's see here. Okay, and I love that you did this in under 280 characters. DG Goins, thank you. Thank you for that. Let's read the entirety of your tweet. A lot of people saying Jesse wasn't wrong about social, and a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon thanks to the success of Ansem. Both are building on the vision and thesis for tokenized social. We spent years crafting a Zora. This is from last year, but feels relevant today. Yes. Yeah, people are like so quick to be like, yeah, Jesse admits that fucking Creator Coins tokenized social is dead. No one ever wanted that shit. Why would anybody ever? It's like, bro, I don't know. So quick to acquiesce and be like, they're like, yeah, crypto's only good for like dollars, bro. Why would you ever have ambitions to do anything more than that on chain? Coin it? What were they thinking? It's like, dude, have some fucking vision, bro. I didn't come into crypto so I could be a sideline participatory view or non-spectator viewer of rebuilding traditional financial rails. I think we probably have to do that to create an economy before we create disposable income economy. I think that's where we got it wrong, to be fair, as we started. Now, granted, you could say a lot of technological movements or things like that start with games or entertainment, and that's fine. But we essentially tried to create a collectible economy, which is mostly in the real world based on disposable income, right? Or speculative income, which is ideally disposable, without the underlying economy. There wasn't ways to move money and bring money on chain in an easy enough way. So it's like, yeah, if we can supplant the entire financial system on chain, then the disposable economy will, of course, emerge on top of it because it's economics. So I think we put the cart before the horse, as we typically do. But people are so binary in crypto. They're like, if it's not the thing, it's nothing. And if you've been around long enough, learn to appreciate the nuance and don't listen to absolutists. The absolutists are great signals and catalysts for speculation, but they're usually not directionally correct over the long term. All right. Why do we still buy stadium tickets without ever seeing the view from the seat actually looks like? I thought people did this. I thought you could do this on StubHub. I don't know. Robinhood's tokenized stock is now live on Jupiter. Trade Hood with the best execution. Interesting. Trade it all on Solana. The Odyssey website, letting users view scenes in different aspect ratios to understand the inside baseball of IMAX and filmmaking, was a great call. That's actually awesome. That's so cool. Dude, don't say Dolby Cinemas at the very bottom, bro. Don't do that to me. Do that to me. Let's keep going. Data is live on OKX Flash Earn. Trade with the new trade. Oh. Data token. Briar J says, have a rad weekend. Same to you. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Fanatics Fest. Ew. Dude, Fanatics Fest was, I think, kind of insane last year. I'm very interested to see what that is this week, this upcoming week. Like, it was everything. As an aside, Pity Uomo just happened at like a couple weeks ago. Didn't see shit about that on social media. So I think that event jumped the shark. We will see if Fanatics jumped the shark last year or if this year is peak. We will see. Ooh, black card. Let me show you how to run Kimi K3 locally, right from your own house. With the data center. Nice. Nice. He gets it. Ooh, burner. Yeah. Oh, ooh, custom glyphs burner. My boy. Okay. For those of you who don't know, burner's really cool. It's a little like NFC kind of card. You can like give and receive crypto. It's like it's its own wallet, but you can be like, hey, here's some stable coins. There you go. Take these into your custody at your own speed. Let's see here. Ooh, jelly switch. Look at that. So pleasing. He built the UFC's worst nightmare. Now you're the pilot. In the left corner, 6 foot, 200 pounds of raw humanoid muscle meat rack. Dude, yes. Bring back fucking battle bots with humanoids. That's what we want. That's what we want. Adam McBride says, if I watch the Odyssey on my phone, does that count? Dude, I mean, that crispy OLED screen, I mean, those blacks are going to be true as hell. Who's to say that that is not, an ideal viewing experience? I'm not going to yuck your yum if you want to watch it on your phone, Up to you. Up to you. All right, here we go here. It is 9 a.m. You know the vibes. Great to leave it on the battle bots. Leave it all in the ring, if you will. But it is Friday, July 17th. My name is Dude Lifts. It's been Scroll With Me. On this day, we will be back next week, Monday morning, bright and squirrely. As Kuya said, until next time, I'll see you on the timeline.